Aditya Novotny, Network Marketing Mastery.pro. Aditya Novotny, Transformational Leadership Training. Today from Edinburgh in Scotland. Behind me, the Castle of Edinburgh. And I love such buildings, such castles that are monuments of human spirit, of human creativity, of human goal setting. Special places have a lot to do with special people and how independently they are thinking or were thinking. And that's my question to you today. Are you a drifter or are you capable of thinking independently, setting for yourself clear, definitive goals? I repeat this tough question. Are you a drifter or are you capable of thinking independently and setting for yourself clear, definitive goals? To build such a castle is a definitive goal. It's not something that happens by accident. You need energy behind it, you need a clear vision, you need a plan, and there might be obstacles, there might be hindrances, either people or in the ancient days, who knows how often these hills were stormed by others, by other clans who wanted to be the king of the hill. And so you had to be really tough, you had to be really fighting it out. We live now in a much more civilized time, one might say, but still, if you want to make achievements, you have to be tough, you have to be willing to fight, you have to be willing to give your best, but especially you have to be willing to use your brain, use your thinking capability, be unique, find solutions that others don't find. Because if you do the same thing that others do, then you're number two. You may be the best copycat, the number one among the copycats, but you're not the original. So what does it take to be an original thinker? There's a few things. First, you need your own moral compass. You need your own ethical compass. It means you should not be blackmailed emotionally by anyone. Your following your own inner feelings in your heart must be stronger than any outer coercion. Secondly, you must have clear, definitive goals. That means you must know what you want, and if you do not have goals so far, then you basically don't have your own agenda, you're following somebody else's agenda. So very importantly, set your own goals. Number three, be enthusiastic about them. Do you really believe in these goals? If you believe in them, then it makes you excited. Then energy comes up inside you and you're looking already forward with full fire, with full enthusiasm to fulfill these goals that you set for yourself. Number four, self-confidence. Do you have self-confidence? And this is something very important, that only when you're self-confident will you be able to set big goals, to create huge monuments in life. If you are making yourself small, if you're playing it small, then naturally you will not have big goals. And naturally, based on the strength of your self-confidence or the lack of your self-confidence, you're shooting for smallness, you're shooting for mediocrity, or you're shooting for greatness. So decide which type of self-confidence and self-worth do you need based on the goals you want to reach. Or vice versa, how big is your self-confidence? That tells you how big the goals are that you will be able to realize. And number five, your creativity, your ideas, your ability to think outside of the box, your ability to find new solutions. This works only with people who think independently, people who are not drifting. What do I mean now by drifting? If you have no clear goals, if day by day passes and you just entertain yourself, other people tell you what to do. You don't set your goals, but other people set goals for you. You procrastinate. You don't do the things for yourself that you should do, but you procrastinate them day by day. That's drifting. Also, not taking a decision. That's drifting. So do you have a plan for yourself? Do you have clear goals for yourself? Do you execute that plan? Do you procrastinate, or do you do day by day what needs to be done? Do you make the clear decision? Yeah, I'm going to make something special out of my life. I'm not going to follow anymore other people's plans for my life. I am a conscious being. I have self-worth and I'm confident in myself. That makes you go beyond being a drifter. So write down a piece of paper and on one side write down in which fields of life are you drifting and in which fields of life are you taking your own initiative. Are you your own boss, your own commander? In which fields of your life are you the original thinker? Are you following your plans, your goals? And in which fields of life is someone else influencing you, manipulating you? This brings me back to the moral, ethical compass. Sometimes people that are very nice to you and appear to be your friends, in reality, they want you only to follow their agenda. They don't want your freedom, they want you to be their servants. So this is something very important in terms of being a drifter. You also will have to feel in your heart, do you feel free? Do you feel full of energy? Do you feel determined? And do you feel fully happy? Because if you are drifting, you don't feel full of energy. If you're drifting, you don't feel happy. If you're drifting, you're going nowhere. And if you're drifting, you're not following your own calling, you're following whatever influences befall you from the outside. So I repeat the question, are you a drifter or are you an entrepreneur, an independent thinker? Are you able to set goals for yourself and to fulfill those goals and to reach those goals? Finally, for the benefit of the many, not just for your own benefit. That's a huge question. The action step I gave you, take that piece of paper, write down in which fields of life have I been drifting or am I drifting? And in which fields of my life have I already taken control? Have I already taken self-responsibility? Powerful theme, can change your life. I hope you do the action step and I hope you do this on a regular basis. This is something you might want to remind yourself month by month and have a session where you really deeply think, where you really contemplate, because this is below the surface. This is core programming and you cannot go far if you do not change your core programming. I will see you in the next video. Aditya Nowotny from Edinburgh, Scotland, networkmarketingmastery.pro.